Libra, Spirit is showing me that your place in this collective shift is unique. You are being asked to bring balance into chaos, harmony into division, and truth into the spaces where illusion has ruled for too long. Your gift is the ability to see both sides, to weigh energy carefully, and to remind others that wholeness is not about choosing extremes, but about integration. Spirit says you felt this pull for a while. The sense that you are standing at a crossroads, not only for yourself, but for the collective too. You may feel like decisions you make now carry extra weight. And that's because they do. You are stepping into a role of alignment where your choices ripple outward beyond your personal life. And before we begin with your cards, remember, if this resonates and you want deeper personal guidance, I offer private sessions starting at $9, an ongoing monthly membership for $99, where I walk with you through these shifts. The first card that Spirit gives you is Justice. This is your card, Libra, and Spirit couldn't be clearer. You are being called into full alignment with truth. The wound connected to this card is betrayal or dishonesty. Those moments where others were not transparent or where your own voice was silenced. Spirit says part of your role in this collective shift is reclaiming the power of truth and fairness, even when it's uncomfortable. Another layer of justice is responsibility. Spirit says you are being asked to weigh carefully what you align with now. Every choice matters, not just for you, but for what it sets in motion for those around you. This is why things may feel heavier lately. Spirit says it's because you are being entrusted with decisions that shape your path forward. On a practical level, this card may point to contracts, legal matters, or agreements being highlighted for you. Spirit says whatever is unclear will become revealed. This isn't about punishment, it's about clarity, so you can step into your next chapter without karmic entanglements. Finally, Justice reminds you that your contribution to this collective awakening is integrity. Spirit says when you walk in alignment with your truth, without bending to keep the peace or to please, you give others permission to do the same. Your truth is your gift to this shift. The second card is the Two of Cups. Spirit says your role in this shift is also relational. You are being asked to embody partnership in its truest form. The wound tied to this card is imbalance in connection, times where giving and receiving were not equal, or where relationships drained instead of nourished you. Spirit says you're ready to break that cycle. Another layer of the Two of Cups is union, but not just romantic. Spirit says this is about soul-to-soul connection, the kind that restores balance. You are being asked to step into relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and genuine energy exchange. This is how you bring healing into the collective, by showing what authentic connection looks like. On a practical level, Spirit may be showing you a partnership, whether love, friendship, or even collaboration, that becomes central to your journey during this shift. It's not about quantity, but about quality. Spirit says one aligned connection can change everything. Finally, this card shows that your gift to the collective awakening is to embody harmony in relationships. Spirit says when you model connection built on truth and balance, you ripple that energy outward, reminding the collective that healing starts in how we relate to one another. The third card is the Knight of Swords. Spirit says this is where urgency comes in. You are being asked not to stay frozen in indecision. The wound tied to this card is hesitation, times when you held back, overthought, or tried to please everyone instead of moving forward. Spirit says this collective shift demands decisive action from you. Another layer here is courage. Spirit says the Knight of Swords doesn't wait for permission. He sees what must be done, and he moves toward it. You are being called to do the same. This doesn't mean rushing recklessly, but it does mean trusting your instincts and acting when Spirit nudges you. On a practical level, this may look like sudden opportunities or even challenges that require quick decision-making. Spirit says you'll know the right choice if you tune in and trust your clarity rather than falling into old cycles of doubt. Finally, the Knight of Swords shows that your role is to cut through illusions. Spirit says your boldness and willingness to speak truth, even when others hesitate, is part of what will help shift the collective energy toward honesty and action. The fourth card is the Six of Pentacles. Spirit says balance is a theme not only in relationships, but in your resources. The wound tied to this card is imbalance in giving, times when you gave too much without receiving, or held back out of fear. Spirit says this cycle is being rewritten now. Another layer here is reciprocity. Spirit says your role in this collective shift is to embody and demand energetic fairness. This means standing in the knowing that your time, energy, and skills have value, and that you are worthy of receiving as much as you give. On a practical level, this card may reflect financial balance, opportunities for support, or moments where generosity flows toward you. Spirit says be open to receiving, because this is how the cycle is restored. Finally, the Six of Pentacles shows that your contribution to the awakening is teaching the balance of exchange. Spirit says when you stand in your worth and model fair giving and receiving, you remind the collective that harmony requires balance at every level. The fifth card is the Fool. Spirit says your role in this collective shift includes beginning again with fresh faith. The wound tied to this card is fear of risk, the times you held back because the unknown felt too unsafe. Spirit says you are ready now to take a leap that aligns with your soul. Another layer of the Fool is trust. Spirit says the collective shift requires us to step into new ways of being, and you are one of the first movers. You don't need to know every detail. You only need to trust that Spirit is guiding your steps. On a practical level, this may show up as a new journey, career, relationship, or spiritual path that asks you to start fresh. Spirit says don't carry old fears into it. This is a new cycle, not a repeat of the past. Finally, the Fool shows that your gift to this awakening is your willingness to embody faith. Spirit says when you choose to leap into alignment with your truth, even when the outcome is unknown, you model courage for the collective. Affirmation: I walk in truth, receive with balance, and trust the new journey Spirit has placed before me. My courage, my choices, and my faith ripple healing into the collective.